What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Bossing. In this episode, we are going to be checking out the Wilderness Demi-Boss Scorpia. So yes, if you didn't know, Scorpia is a demi-boss, so that means it's a little bit weaker than normal bosses, but it still has its own pet, which is awesome because behind the Chaos Elemental, in my personal opinion, I think the Scorpia pet is actually one of the easiest to get in old school RuneScape. Scorpia is very easy to kill, very simple. There aren't many mechanics. Actually, there's only one mechanic, and I don't even know if I consider it a mechanic, but we're going to check that out later. So, first thing is first. Scorpia has a combat level of 225. She has a hit points level of 200. Her max hit is 16. She is always aggressive. Her weakness is magic, and her attack style is melee. As for Scorpia's more specific combat stats, she has an attack level of 250, strength level of 150, defense level of 180, magic and range levels of 1. As for the defensive stats, plus 246 to stab, 284 to slash, and 284 to crush, only 44 to magic, and plus 284 to range. So if that is any indication, we will be using the magic style attack against Scorpia. So how do we get to Scorpia? Well, Scorpia is, like I said, a wilderness demi-boss located very deep in the wilderness, almost at the very end, the maximum level that you can get to, but it is very easy to get there. So the best way to get there is going to be to use the lever in Edgeville. If you don't know where this is, it is in the dilapidated ruins just south of the bank where you enter the Edgeville dungeon. You can pull that lever and it will put you out here in the wilderness around the deserted keep lava. What you'll want to do from here is run to the north, cut the webs, turn to your east, run past the Hellhounds, past the Magic Axe Hut, and into the Scorpion Pit. Here you will see 3 different dungeon entrances, all of which will take you into Scorpia's lair. Now, as usual, I do have some recommended requirements for you guys, and there's only going to be 2, and they're going to be pretty low, not too hard to achieve for anybody. First requirement is going to be having at least level 82 magic and the ancient spellbook unlocked. The reason that we want this is because we want to have at least the Ice Blitz spell for a 15-second freeze. And once again, I will show you why exactly we need this once we get into the kill clip. Along with the level 82 magic, we are also going to want to have a prayer level of at least level 40, and this will allow you to use the Protect from Missiles prayer. Now, because we're going to be freezing Scorpia, we won't have to worry about her melee attacks, but there are a lot of scorpions, little tiny ones, in her lair that use ranged attacks, so we will always want to be protecting from range while we are in the Scorpion Pit. Moving right along into the gear setup, we want to try to keep this cheap, and we want to try not to risk that much because we are going to be deep in the wilderness, so we don't want to lose all of our nice gear. So what I'm going to be going with for Scorpia is going to be the Farseer Helm, a Ceridome God Cape, an Occult Necklace for that 10% damage boost to the magic attack style. I'm going to be using a Rada's Blessing, which is the reward from the Kebos and Korend diaries. This is free. If you lose it, you can go back and get another one whenever you want, and it will increase your prayer by 2. I will be using a Trident of the Seas with the offhand as the Book of Darkness. Now, obviously, if you do have the money, you can upgrade this to the Trident of the Swamp for some more DPS and a little bit more accuracy. And if you have that big bank, you can upgrade this for a Sanguinesti Staff if you're trying to bang out a lot of kills really quickly. As for the robe top and bottom, going to be using Monk Robes, once again to increase that prayer bonus, Barrow's Gloves, Mystic Boots, and a Ring of Wealth. I use the Ring of Wealth personally for after I teleport back out of the wilderness, or if you want to use a Ring of Dueling, you can also use that. Go to Castle Wars and bank your stuff. I personally use the Ring of Wealth to go to the Grand Exchange. Over in the inventory, I have 6 prayer potions and 2 antidote pluses. The 6 prayer potions will last you quite a while out here if you have a higher prayer level. If you have a lower prayer level, you can replace some sharks with more prayer potions depending on how long you want to stay, but this is an ideal setup for me. As for the antidote plus, yes, Scorpia does poison you. It is a poisonous scorpion. These doses will protect you from poison for 12 minutes each, so 48 minutes per potion. Personally, at Scorpia, I'm already out there deep in the wilderness, so I'm pretty much going to stay as long as I possibly can. If I get PK'd, well, I guess joke's on me. 14 sharks, and as for the rest of the stuff, I have a stamina potion for running there. I don't want to run out of run while I'm on the way there, because you will be running around somewhat in her lair. As for the runes, 200 blood runes, 400 death runes, and 600 water runes. I have the ability to use Ice Barrage, but like I said earlier, 82 magic should work fine if that's all you have. I also have a looting bag. It's very important to have a looting bag so you can keep your food supply up, your potion supply up, not have to worry about taking less supplies out there. And last, you can see a wilderness sword there, which is a reward from completing the wilderness diaries. It allows me to cut through the webs on the first try every time. But if you don't have one of these, replace that with just a simple knife and use it on the webs. And last here, we can take a look at my items kept on death. The items that I will keep if I am not skulled is going to be the Trident of the Seas, the Occult Necklace, and the Barrow's Gloves. As for everything else, I will lose that. The looting bag is always lost whether you are skulled or not skulled, but I am personally risking 281,347 GP. Now to me, that's not bad. That is worth the risk for going out there and trying to get a cool pet, maybe some Malediction or Odium Shard 3s. So it's up to you if you want to risk more or less than this. One last thing I want to go over here before we get into a kill clip. A lot of people seem to forget that this exists, or they just don't know it exists. So this is my player options here. You can see that I have the options highlighted, and I have clicked the little joystick icon near the top right. Now here you have player attack options. You can set this to hidden, as I have it hidden. So if you do get PKers that are on you and somebody tries to skull trick you, if your player attack option is hidden, you will never be able to click on them, accidentally attack them, and skull yourself. So it is my personal request that you also turn your player attack options on hidden. You won't have to worry about losing those 3 items that you're trying to protect because, well, you can never get skulled this way. Alright, I think it is about that time that we go ahead and jump into a kill clip, and I will explain to you guys everything I'm doing it and why I am doing it. Alright, so we are going to be starting this clip where I am already in the Scorpia chamber. Now what you're going to want to do here is before you enter the chamber, make sure you drink a dose of your Antidote Plus Plus so you don't get poisoned, and you're going to want to turn on your Protect from range. Now when you step into the chamber, Scorpia is going to be in there somewhere. So what you're going to want to do is get your spellbook open and find your Ice Barrage or Ice Blitz, and as soon as you see her, you will want to cast an Ice Blitz or Barrage on her. This is going to freeze her in place, obviously, and then you're just going to want to mage with your Trident. Now what you have to watch out for here is you have to watch her health. Once Scorpia drops under 100 HP, which is half of her total HP of 200, she's going to spawn 2 Scorpia's Guardians. And what these Guardians do are they heal her if they are within a certain distance of her. So right there is where you're going to see the Scorpia's Guardians, and you can see them as they're shooting that little purple spell at them, and they are slightly colored purple, so you can tell them a little bit apart from the other Scorpions. What you'll want to do is just Ice Blitz them in place, and then you'll lure Scorpia away from them, and what this does is they're not going to be able to heal her, and after about 15 seconds they will just simply disappear. You can go back to maging Scorpia for the duration of the kill until she's finished off, but that is going to be it. So just to go over one more time, initially when you go in, Barrage, pay attention to the half HP mark, blitz both of the Scorpia's Guardians, lure Scorpia away, Barrage Scorpia once again, and then finish off the kill. Once you have finished off the kill, you will have 10 seconds to get your HP back up if you need to, and your prayer points, and then it is back to another Scorpia kill. Her respawn timer is pretty short, so you can accumulate a lot of kills per hour here if you can get this down and not have any trouble barraging those Guardians. Alright guys, that is going to do it for the Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Scorpia. This is seriously an easy boss to do. It's pretty simple, and the pet drop is pretty rare, but you can get a lot of kills at Scorpia per hour, so it makes the pet that much easier to get. So if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up down below. They really help the video's popularity, and they help it spread around so other people can see it. If you haven't done so yet, please tap that subscribe button on your way out. All of your support means a ton to me. Until the next video, everybody, I will see y'all later. Take it easy.